You don't know him. You know him, but you don't know him. Okay, you know him because, well, let me say it like this. You guys know Epstein? Y'all know Epstein? Right? We know Epstein, right? Well, he prosecuted Epstein's girlfriend. All right? He prosecuted Giselle Maxwell. Okay? He's also the one in charge of prosecuting Mayor Eric Adams. This young man, this brother right here, he's a U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York, and he just announced his resignation. This is a black dude. He's from Jamaica. Family's from the Jamaica. All right? He went to Harvard. He's a Yale-educated lawyer. And he said, I'm out. Somebody type, I'm out. Blood clot. Somebody type blood clot. All right? Now, the thing you have to understand about the United States Southern District of New York, this is, it's the most, it's often referred to as the sovereign district because of its unparalleled independence and influence. It has long been the springboard for high-powered legal careers. People like Rudy Giuliani, Preet Bharara, they ascended to national prominence. Damian Williams now holds that position. He's a very young, accomplished attorney with a prestigious role. Okay, he voluntarily resigned from this spot. His resignation is effective on December 13, 2024, and it comes as a critical juncture as President-elect Donald Trump prepares to retake the White House in January 2025. And unlike his counterparts, Alvin Bragg in Manhattan and Fonnie Willis in Fulton County, Williams appears to understand the political and legal implications of continuing to pursue a high-profile case against Donald Trump or his allies. You understand? The Jamaican dude knows it's time to dip on out. Now, see, I want you to understand something. The Southern District of New York is regarded as the elite of the elite amongst the U.S. Attorney's Office. This is not a job. It is a career pinnacle. The office has its history. It's filled with attorneys who use their time as a launching pad for judicial appointments, political careers, a private sector lead, making millions of dollars. Shout out to my man NJ. Okay, so this young man's decision to leave, rather than weather the storm of Trump, okay, and his new justice, it suggests the recognition of the potential blowback of his actions. They know that Trump is coming for them. Okay, this young man, somebody got in his ear. Somebody likes him. Okay, because he seems to have assessed the situation and decided it's time to exit the stage rather than risk his reputation, his career, and his future opportunity. Damian Williams' resignation as a U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York, it could affect another case that we know about. Somebody type the diddler in the chat room. Somebody type the diddler in the chat room, okay? This lawyer right here, he's the one in charge of prosecuting Sean Puffy Combs, okay? So with President-elect Donald Trump set to appoint a new U.S. attorney, likely someone aligned with his administration who has their own priorities, there is a strong possibility that the zeal for pursuing this high-profile case against Sean Combs is going to diminish. I'm not saying it's going to go away. I'm saying Trump's administration has made it clear that it plans to overhaul the federal law enforcement agency, including the U.S. Attorney's Office, including the FBI, and to purge the Federal Bureau of Investigations that raided P. Diddy's house down in Florida and raided the one in L.A. All of those people are most likely going to be gone. Okay? So everybody who prosecuted Trump is going to be gone. Everybody who was in the FBI raid and Donald Trump, they're going to be gone. You understand me? And anybody who prosecuted him or his allies or his family is going to be gone. That's a lot of people. And this anticipated shakeup could lead to a reevaluation or even a softening of the positions taken under this man's tenure against P. Diddy. I know we talking about Trump. I'm just saying, let me just indulge because I like to give you these predictions and let you know. Nobody else is telling you this. Okay? So what's going to happen? Well, as a result, the diddler might see opportunities for reduced charges, bail adjustments, or even a dismissal of certain elements of the case. Because, see, nobody wants to come in and pick up nobody else's mess. That's like asking a chef who doesn't like you to come in and finish baking a cake that's half cooked in the oven. They might say, I'm going to take this trash and throw it out. This ain't my recipe. Somebody, shout out to my man, Funky Feather. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Am I laying this down where y'all can, putting this down where the cows can eat it? You understand what I'm saying? Let me know. Can y'all eat this? Somebody say dig that in the chat room, okay? Now, it remains to be seen how the new leadership is going to approach that Sean Combs case, but it's evident that Williams' departure marks a turning point that could alter the trajectory of the federal prosecutions, and they might see it as a frivolous lawsuit, though you never know, okay? All these trying to prosecute high-profile people, Trump didn't like it on him, he's not going to like it on other people. And see, this topic is worth exploring in greater detail, and we'll do that in a future broadcast. So what I want to get back to, though, okay, somebody will put a clap on that, okay? Now, unlike Mr. Williams, okay, unlike the prosecutor I had, Damian Williams, District Attorney Alvin Bragg and Fonnie Willis, they seem to be under the impression that their positions as state-level prosecutors shield them from federal consequences. Maybe because they're like the boss. You see, Mr. Williams, he's kind of like the boss, but he got a boss, okay? Bragg was elected by the Manhattan voters. So he's in a position. This is established position. He's not second to anyone. Same thing with Willis. She was reelected to Fulton County. I don't know why y'all reelected her, but whatever, okay? Maybe they feel they're secure in their local mandates. I'm not sure. They might believe that their independence and the backing of their progressive constituencies insulate them from political or legal retaliation under the Trump presidency. See, but that belief is short-sighted. See, while they operate at a state level, their cases involve federal implications, particularly the election interference charges against Trump. A federal election interference charge brought in a federal court would have jurisdiction over both of their offices, making them vulnerable to federal scrutiny and potentially investigations by the very Department of Justice they once relied on to kick them down information. So what am I saying? Okay. What I'm saying is when you look at Mr. Williams, the U.S. Attorney Damian Williams' resignation, it sends a stark message. He's a black lawyer too. So what I'm trying to explain to y'all, family, is not all these black lawyers are stupid enough to stay in there and try to prosecute Trump. This dude, this Jamaican dude, realized the jig is up, man. No man. He not trying to go back to Kingston. You understand what I'm saying? He's not trying to do that. All right. He sees what others fail to grasp, what these other black lawyers, prosecutors fail to grasp, that Trump's administration will not hesitate to hold people accountable for what Trump and his allies perceived as politically motivated lawfare. See that the high profile nature of Williams' cases combined with the incoming administration's determination to dismantle the mechanisms used against Trump creates an environment fraught with risk of any prosecutor associated with the case. Bragg and Willis, in contrast, they appear to be ignoring the writing on the wall. Their refusal to drop the Trump cases keeps them squarely in the crosshairs of Trump's lead Justice Department. You understand what I'm saying? While Williams, the little Jamaican brother, he exits with his reputation, his career largely intact. Bragg and Willis risk not only their careers, but they also risk the possibility of being investigated and prosecuted themselves under federal statutes. You understand me? I just want you to understand that. Nobody gives up their position as the U.S. Attorney of the Southern District of New York. Okay? That is a significant moment. Okay? This is political high drama. Shout out to my man Quantum Solace. It highlights the stakes for those involved in prosecuting the president-elect, and it underscores a calculated risk of staying in these roles. Williams' exit should serve as a cautionary tale, Brother Bragg and Miss Willis. And I'm going to keep showing the world what black
you
men
tuned in to one of the best black men advocated podcasts on YouTube. Show some love for the one and only black professional who keep it real.
And be super mad.
You would tune in to Dennis podcast. Keep it moving, mama's favorite of the lovely ladies. All these YouTube men dressed for the occasion, even though he on the internet. Intellect, beat you up in court and probably fist to fist. Been around the world, high value. Girl, you can't relate it. Been debated, Godfather endorsed, scared. Kevin said it. Independent black businessman, yeah, he hood related. Probably wouldn't know a big bass. Appreciate it. Talk to me and I talk back. He can litigate it. Walk with me as we talk facts. He opinionated, saying true. He not only talking, checking court dockets. Only YouTuber putting real money in my pockets. LA back to Houston, taking off. Three some Houston pockets. Big O in the middle. I'm Elijah Wine, let's get it poppin'. Championships, we want championships. Beat the manuscript. Loyalty and brotherhood. Watch out who you're hanging with. Hit that subscribe button. Yeah, y'all know what it is. DennisSpurling podcast. One of the realest. One of the realest in the game. Let's get to it. All my lovely ladies, y'all know what it is. Show some love. Yeah, hit that like button. Subscribe right now. On our way to 100,000. Let's get it. You would tune in to the one, if not the best, on these YouTube streets. We call him DennisSpurling. You sit back and hate watch, clocking everything he do and say, but you yelling DennisSpurling. Show some love, ain't enough going round for a black man putting it down. We talking DennisSpurling. Taking over 2025, ain't no lies. Pull up, tell all of your guys we watching DennisSpurling. You tune in to the one, if not the best, on these YouTube streets. We call him DennisSpurling. You sit back and hate watch, clocking everything he do and say, but you yelling DennisSpurling. Show some love, ain't enough going round for a black man putting it down. We talking DennisSpurling. Taking over 2025, ain't no lies. Pull up, tell all of your guys we watching DennisSpurling.
This is Uncle D, and as I always said this time, I'm out.
Almost to 10,000 followers. I want to say thank you to you guys. You know, I know God has something for me, and I'm gonna continue to say yes.
Smooth operator. Come on, everybody. Smooth operator. Smooth operator. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.